Thanks for joining me. I'm Megan Benanti, and this is Rise and Shine, where we're looking at readings for your evolution. So today I'm just going to do a general tarot reading. You're going to pick a charm, and you can scoot forward on YouTube to for wherever you see the Giphies and my taglines, and that'll jump you up to the next reading. So I'm going to choose 3 charms. You choose one, and this reading will apply for you. So today's charms. Okay, we have, a tiger. We have a pickup truck, and we have a rooster. Rooster. So you're going to choose the tiger, the pickup truck, or the rooster, and then this reading will help you out and guide you on your journey. And I'll look at all factors of your life and kind of what's going on here. So I'm going to read for the tiger first, and so you guys can just stay tuned in. For the other ones, feel free to jump ahead. Okay, so tiger people, interesting. So first up, you might be dealing with some depression right now, or just feeling stuck, or feeling that someone's holding you back in some way. There's like restrictions on you, and it's that tiger. You've got that energy. You want to fight back. You want your freedom. You want to feel like you can do whatever you want to do, but there's restraints and restrictions now. And so if you're feeling like there's a lack of joy, or you're not sure how to move forward, or that someone else is kind of holding you back in some ways, this is something you've got to really grow through on a soul level right now. And so don't be afraid to sit with the discomfort of this energy and decide how you want to move through this energy. Don't be a victim to it. You've got to grow through this. Your work life, I feel, is really, that's a good, stable place. For some of you, I see that you've got a really good mentor. For others of you, you're thriving in your workplace, and it can be both, actually. So, because I feel like you're being productive, this is definitely a good job for you. And you've got a lot of soul level change here. You've got 3 majors out of 4, so that's a big shift. But I definitely feel like your energy is shining through, and that you're working through with your work what you need to be doing there. And there's a lot of good growth and a sense of stability. So that all looks really awesome for you. Now in your personal life though, that's where the hard stuff is coming in. We're definitely looking at some heavy depressed feelings, not sure how to communicate, definitely feeling overly vulnerable, and there's a lack of being able to express yourself and communicate, the difficulty of whatever it is you're going through. And this feels painful to me. And I want you to know your inner spirit is a tiger. You're meant to be wild. You're meant to be free. You need to be able to kind of, that's actually one of the heaviest mammals there is. Tigers are really big critters. So, rather than swallowing this anger, which is what depression is, I need you to begin to let this out. You need to find someone you can talk to about it. You need to hit the pillow if that's the case. You need to talk to your partner. Or the person that you're having this frustration with, because this is about speaking your truth. And it's time for you to start doing this. I feel like you're mature enough now that this needs to be released. And I know it's tough and I know it's hard, but this is part of your truth in this moment. Spiritually for you, I feel like you seem lost in that area. Like you're not sure where to turn or who to trust right now. And so when our sense of trust is broken early on in our lives, sometimes it makes us, and we haven't been offered a good spiritual life. Sometimes our relationship with the divine can be very fragile, very broken, and feeling like nobody's out there, nobody's going to help me. And what I want you to do is kind of challenge yourself on this. It's like, keep having faith, keep pushing through. Just because horrible things are happening doesn't mean that it's always going to be that way. And believe me, I know. I've gone through some hellacious stuff in life, but it's getting through that and seeing the other side of it and finding the joy afterwards that I'm so thankful that I didn't give up on my life, and that I didn't give up on how I experience God. And I feel like that's something that you're having a hard time connecting with right now. And your work is almost like your escape route, which is fine. But I want you to begin to look at healing some other aspects of your life so that you can once again feel empowered. Because I think that's really important for all you tigers out there. All right, guys, I hope that helped. I'm going to go ahead and read for our truck people now. And know too, tiger people, if you need further assistance, there are hotlines for that. There are, there are coaches, there are the psychiatrists and psychologists all over the place. So, don't be afraid to seek out professional help. A lot of times there's free resources if you really start researching and looking into that. Because we don't want you to suffer like this, but I feel like this is pivotal for you to kind of get through this moment. All right, so truck people, let's see what we have for you. Okay, you've got some closure. Wow, really weird. All your numbers are 8, 9, and 10. You're definitely looking at the end of a cycle with your pickup truck. And, and I feel like, okay, you needed to be done with whatever just ended. It seems clear. It was painful, yes, but it could have been a lot worse. And I feel like you're taking advantage of that. It's like, okay, it's not the end of, it sucks, but it's not the end of the world. So I feel like your attitude is in a good place. In some ways, as I get through this, it gets a little more challenging. But you did know this needed to end, and I want you to acknowledge that and not keep blaming yourself for it, because I think that's one of the issues you're really struggling with, is like, this is all my fault. And no, it's not all your fault. Sometimes we just need to be done. With work, I feel like this is an uphill climb for you. It's interesting, I'm looking at this old kind of beat up pickup truck Charm, and I'm like, I don't know that this vehicle can make it to the top. And so, maybe you are in need of a new car. But it could be the way that you're handling the work is feeling like, how am I going to grow in this company? This is so hard for me. And what I want you to think about is this the right company for you? I'm not saying you should go, but you definitely are going to need to change your attitude if you are going to stay, and know that you've got the capability to learn this. I feel like you're facing some self-doubt about whether you're smart enough, whether you can handle the work. It's overwhelming. Decide what you want, what really is best for you. There's nothing wrong with saying, oh, this is not a good fit. There's plenty of things in my life that I decided I really were not my strong suits. Now, I felt like I wasn't good enough because I couldn't keep up with some of my peers in different areas, but there's other areas where I got to soar and shine. And I wouldn't have gotten to experience those if I'd wasted all my time on the things that I really felt like I was failing at. So, give yourself some wiggle room here. I think you need to make some clear decisions about whether this job is right for you, and if you can continue to put your best foot forward and push forward in this. I do feel like you're isolated and that you're not having enough support or connection in work, and that also seems to be a struggle for you. Now, your personal life, it's hard right now, and it's not going to get easier. So you need to keep on pushing. You need to trust and tap into that divine energy that this doesn't all have to be resolved by you, and you can channel God's divine energy right through you and be like, okay, God, I don't have the strength to endure all this. I need you to help me bear this load. I need you to help me get through this. This is work. This is personal life. I know that this is really hard for you right now, but what's happening is you're building your emotional and mental muscles. So you are getting stronger by going through this. It's just that you can't see it in this moment because you're in the thick of the pain. And this is a really important situation that you've got to navigate and find your way to the other side. So, you know, if you think about it, when you're exercising, that creates pain in the body, in that muscle, in that bicep, and you push it to exhaustion where you can't feel like you can't do any more. This is exactly what's happening for you in your personal and in your work life right now. So I want you to keep on pushing until you get to the end. I know part of you feels done, and I feel like you're, you know what, it's time to move on if that's the case. Now spiritually for you, I definitely am picking up on like you're needing more path in that area. You feel like you've kind of come to the end of the road. And that you're needing, it's like you need the olive branch. And that's that handout. It's like, okay, God, just please throw me a line. I promise I'll grab it if you just throw me the line. And, you know, sometimes sometimes the line is thrown and we don't see it, or we keep ignoring it. And, you know, I feel like for you, you've got some barriers here, some mental blocks that you need to move past. And these are probably belief systems that feel stagnant, and they worked for you for a long time. They're not working now. You've grown past this, and you need to acknowledge that what you're thinking isn't effective anymore. And I know you know what I'm talking about. It doesn't have to be huge. It might be a belief system about a relationship, or about what your capabilities are, or imposter syndrome, that you're feeling like you're not enough in a situation. So you've got to kind of move beyond this and really trust that every time you take a step forward, it's going to be in the right direction. And, you know, when we think about a pickup truck, yes, it can go off-road, but this is an old beater, and it's going to do better with a clear path. So I want you to think about what your path is as you create this closure in your life, because I do think you are ready for some real change here. Okay, all right, so that's our truck people. Let's take a look at our rooster, which is proud and ostentatious. Roosters have a lot to say. They think a lot about themselves. But you know, they're in charge of the whole hen house. So it's like being the boss and needing to look out for everyone. You know, roosters get a bad rap for being aggressive, but hey, if they weren't, who's going to protect the chickens? So we need our roosters. And of course, they have the prettiest feathers. Okay, so, wow. Interesting. Oh, so you've got 2 9s and 2 aces. So you're about closure and new beginnings. And, you know, 9 is the last of the single digits. So we're certainly looking at some ending here. And it's such a magical number as well. The way that they always add up and multiply and reduce back into themselves. I just think that's so cool. So first off, I feel like there's a lot of sleep that's happening right now. Rest that you need and has been deserved, and it definitely getting caught up on that sleep, which seems important. And just kind of lounging around too. So if you're like, I am just done, I'm gonna chill out in front of the TV, I feel this is really great energy for you. And with that rooster, that's entitlement. You are entitled to that, so you just own it. We've also got your work area. That seems generally good. There's contentment. It's not amazing, but you know you're comfortable there. You know how to do your job well. I see a general sense of satisfaction. I do see things coming up for you that feel big. So like enjoy this moment while you've got it, because I think there's more coming, and that feels a little oppressive to me, like you're a little nervous about it. It doesn't mean it's actually going to be bad. I feel like it's structurally stable. I just feel like you've got to get into the thick of it and really do some, develop some of the finer details in this, and just kind of light it up and make everything really, you're paying attention to how things are going to need to be done. And so this seems really significant as you move forward. But for right now, you can just kind of enjoy this moment a little bit longer before it's going to get more intense. All right, now, personal life for you. Oh, I love this. You've had a breakthrough, and it's a new idea of some kind. I feel like this is something you're excited about. You can cultivate and grow it. Perhaps it's a pregnancy. Perhaps it's just something new that that you want to focus your energy on, or a book that you're excited about. I just feel like there's growth, there's potential. We even have the image of Excalibur here. So that brings in that magical healing essence as well. So, you know, take this energy and run with it. I feel like this is a really good moment for you to not waste, because it doesn't last forever when we have ace energy. It moves through us fairly quickly. We've also got another Ace of Pentacles here in your spiritual life. And I feel like this is bringing your spiritual life into something more concrete for you. It's like, oh, I think I know how I want to kind of manifest my spirituality. And perhaps that is something that is Wiccan. Perhaps that's something, this is the Druid craft deck. So we're really tying way back into the Druid days and old magic. And so this is tapping into that. It's connecting with nature as well. And part of you, this might be really getting into your physical body. For some of you, I feel like this is actually being outside, being connected with nature, being physically active. And so that's part of your spiritual journey, is to really honor the desire of the physical body to achieve and grow and push beyond. But I can also feel that some of you are tapping more into what your spiritual life is going to look like, and in physical ways. So maybe it's building an altar, maybe it's doing something with crystals, maybe it's keeping a journal. But all of that feels really good and really right on for you. And the rooster to me is also like, be loud and proud about it. You know, show it off. You don't need to be ashamed of this. This is a very bright, engaging time for you, and I feel it's very positive overall. So just, you know, shout it from the rooftops, let everybody know that you're happy and that things are going well. Okay, everyone, so those are our readings for this week. I appreciate you tuning in. You know, typically I do questions, so if you have a good question for me, please don't hesitate to write it in the comment section. I need those. And today I just felt the need to give you a general read, and we'll kind of go from there. So let me know if you have a preference. If you like general readings better, I'm totally open. Also, you can see I have new ones posted every Friday on Instagram, so you can follow me on there. All right, so take care, and we'll see you guys again next week. Bye for now.